me.
Hello, everyone. This is Pecos Hank Shima, and you're listening to Stormfront Freaks Podcast.
And again, I'm telling you, when tornadoes start flying, they'll find you.
You know, I really don't like severe weather.
Really?
Yeah, it's high stress. People die. You know, and so it's not a lot of fun in that respect.
No better way to truly understand and communicate the weather that you're forecasting than to experience it.
I'm like, we got to go live. We got to go live. It's coming in. It's coming in. So we were on, I think that was one of the earliest times we've been on the air live.
Well, the rental car stuff was a long story.
But that was a lot of fun with Phil and the gang. They do a great job over there.
The Stormfront Freaks Podcast, baby. It's the best in the world. Dump back.
Him laughing is funnier than anything.
I don't understand what happened. I really don't.
The following program is a production of the Stormfront Freaks Network.
So, hey, Storm Freaks, it's Phil, and tonight we've got the first woman to intercept a tornado inside the Dominator 3. Storm chaser Sierra Lindsey joins us in the studio. We'll also share some weather fools and some Chasers Gone Wild clips on episode 238 of the Stormfront Freaks Podcast.
Going green.
Greenwich.
Saddle them up.
You got it, boss.
Hey, welcome everybody to the most entertaining weather podcast. This is the award-winning Stormfront Freaks Podcast. And listen to this, guys. Newly named the 2025 Top 40 Natural Disaster Podcast from Million Podcasts. So congratulations, gang.
It's pretty cool.
Woo!
Yeah, so that was kind of exciting. But hey, we're brought to you by our ever-growing YouTube member team. You'll see them kind of scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We'll see who's joining us in the chat tonight as well. We got Zero Meter Chasers, Fuzzy's on with us tonight. We've got Carly, Jason, Autumn, Elle, just good old Elle. Matthew is with us, Elizabeth, Wednesday Pupper. That's a new one I've heard. So welcome,
That's
everybody.
Elizabeth.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Elizabeth. Everybody, go ahead. Come on over to YouTube. Join us in the chat. We're going to have some fun tonight. And if you'd like to support the show and become a member of the team, we got a couple different tiers that really include benefits like some unique emojis. I know Brady's been adding to that. We've got some member-only content, discounts on merchandise. So if you're a Cat 2 member, check out the member-only videos because there's a discount code in there for you. But just come on over to YouTube, hit that join button. We appreciate all the support as we continue to create some new content for you all. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're watching us on another platform, maybe Twitter X or Facebook, just come on over to YouTube. Go to the Stormfront Freaks page. That's where you'll find our live stream there. Obviously, have a better viewing experience and join us in the chat. And we'll also thank you in advance, those of you that continue to provide super chats for us with questions for our guests. We'll always do that too. It's a great opportunity for our guests tonight. But time now for our wicked weather report and find out.
I'll just Mark Maz Massaro. What are you laughing at?
The timing was great. Keep going.
Oh, it's all right. Anyway, I'm Maz. Hi, guys. Hey, Google's Weather Lab platform announced on June 12th, 2025 is shaking up forecasting. This AI-driven tool compares real-time hurricane predictions from traditional and machine learning models. That's boosting accuracy for National Hurricane Center forecasts. Available to meteorologists, it visualizes storm tracks with stunning precision. Fox Weather called it a game changer for hurricane prep. Over to you, Brady.
Thanks, Maz. Hi, guys. I'm meteorologist and Team Dominator, storm chaser, and outbreak meteorologist Brady Harris, a.k.a. Stormcat 5. And the Weather Channel's Storm Stories, which is streaming in 2025, brings gripping tales of weather survival. Each episode features real-life accounts of storms backed by expert analysis like meteorologist Jim Cantori. Available on weather.com. Many call it a chaser's bin watch. You're next, Brady. Thanks, Brady. All right, guys, I'm meteorologist Stormcat5, and buckle up, freaks. I'm sorry, I'm reading right off the script here. Colorado State University's June 2025 forecast predicts an above-average Atlantic hurricane season. That's right, guys, just like we've had the past several years. Running from June 1st through November 30th, we got a long way to go. We're expecting around 17 named storms. This is all from the CSU's 2025 hurricane forecast. 9 hurricanes, 4 majors, category 3 or higher, with winds of 111 miles an hour. That is what a category 3 hurricane is. Now, the warm Caribbean and Atlantic waters, plus a likely neutral or La Nina pattern, will fuel this stormy outlook. CSU warns of a 51% chance a major hurricane hits the U.S. coast. That is not good. And above, that's about a 43% normally. Serena, bring us home.
Yeah, you got it, Brady. Hey, all. I'm a meteorologist and children's author, Serena Arnold. On June 3rd, 2025, Cloud Warriors by Thomas E. Weber hit shelves, diving into deadly storms and climate chaos. It's published by the St. Martin's Press, and it spotlights pioneers revolutionizing forecasting with AI and drones. X-Posts praise its gripping tales of storm chasers battling nature's fury. Freaks. This book is a must-read for anyone obsessed with the wild side of weather.
All right, Maz, take it over. Let's get our guest in here.
I'm waiting for my favorite song, man.
Oh,
there it is. I feel it. You know the words. Sing along. All right, here we go. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we got Sierra Lindsey, and she is storming in. This fearless storm chaser made history as the first woman to ride inside a tornado in the Dominator 3, capturing vital data back in 2023. With over 40 tornadoes, make that 50. No, 60. No, over 100 tornadoes chased and epic footage like the Cole, Oklahoma Twister. She's a force in nature. Crowned Rookie Chaser of the Year in 2024, Sierra's here to electrify our podcast. Welcome, Sierra. Congratulations. And I got to ask you, so first of all, how does it feel? And were you like shocked? Were you like, I can't believe it?
What's that? After driving into a tornado?
Yeah, or just being named Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, being named Rookie of the Year, that was awesome. I mean, that was like the last thing I expected, you know. That award actually hadn't been created yet, so it was like not even on my radar as something that I could win. And our good friend Eric Fox, he kind of pulled a little switcheroo on Jordan and I. He told me that he had won Chaser of the Year, and then he told Jordan that I had won Rookie of the Year, and kind of got us both caught off guard on stage. It was awesome.
Wow.
That's so cool. So go ahead. I was going to say, tell me about the Dominator 3, because you're in, you know, when you say that, it's easy. Yeah, she's inside the tornado. You were inside a tornado.
And I've got some footage from that, guys. I want to show you. This is the Sierra Lindsey Supercut V2. Wait, I got to share it down here. Here we go.
Sweet.
All right, so there we go.
This is all footage shot by Sierra, guys. Wow.
Gorgeous.
Any of these highly memorable, Sierra?
All of them. Those are some of my favorites, I think, over the last 2 years. Saw in there Spalding, Nebraska tornado, and it was just forming before we intercepted it. Yuma, Colorado, Minden, Iowa, from the April 26th outbreak that year. We saw about 10 tornadoes that day.
Drop down! Drop down!
Yep. There it is.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That was the direct intercept right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in my 60s, Sierra, and I'm guessing I would need some Depends. How did you feel inside there?
honestly, like it didn't even feel like real life when we were inside of it. I mean, we weren't expecting a large wedge that day. We were trying really hard to intercept a tornado. And so when we finally got one, we were so excited. And then, I'm watching it out my window as we're paralleling it, and I'm like, wow, it's getting bigger. And then we're like, whoa, it's getting bigger. It's a wedge. And Reed was driving, and he lined that sucker up perfectly. And it was a little scary when we were paralleling it, but once he turned on that south road and put us in the path, it was amazing. It didn't feel like real life. It was like your wildest dreams come true. Yeah,
I love
pretty
the
happy.
excitement.
That was the most insane, adrenaline high that you could ever have. We were we were pumped for days after that, and then talked about it every day for 18 months after that. So I still get excited when I think about it. It was cool.
Oh,
Some guy named Jordan Hall, by the way, just said OMG at Sierra.
Oh my goodness.
So Sierra, give us some background. So first, let's start all the way at the beginning from this. When did you get into meteorology? What got you into meteorology? And then, you're in school right now to become a meteorologist. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I was always obsessed with weather when I was a little kid. I feel like most of us have that same story. I was actually kind of really scared of weather and lightning when I was little, but at the same time, I'd be geeking out. So I'd be I'd be 6, 7 years old looking at radar, and I'd be like, oh my God, a storm's coming, I'm scared. And then I'd run outside, and then I get scared and come inside. So it was always my biggest fear and biggest passion when I was little. But as I got older, I never really considered it as a possibility as a career for me. I didn't know any meteorologist up in Michigan. But eventually a couple of years ago, I'd been taking some college classes, and I was doing really well in the math, and I was like, wow, I can actually do this pretty easy. So I decided to just set my sights on going to school for that full time. But in the meantime, I moved down here to Oklahoma to go to OU and met a bunch of fabulous chasers and started chasing with them. And I just got thrown into the fire. I went from barely chasing at all to 2-3 months into my chasing career, driving directly into tornadoes in a tornado tank. So I got thrown to the wolves really quickly.
That's amazing.
So that was 2 to 3 months in of your storm chasing career. Yeah. Was that? Mm-hmm. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I started chasing with Jordan, and we just started going everywhere. Cross country, we could be in Mississippi one day, Montana the next, if we could get there in time, and just going anywhere we possibly could. And as you guys know, he likes to get close too. So there was no easing into it. It was just boom, right into it. You're getting right up close to a tornado.
That's awesome. Okay, so I can't even imagine what it would be like to start your chasing career on such a high. But that if you had to, what's something unexpected about being a part of the Dominator team? Everyone sees video highlights and stuff like that. What's something that being a part of that team, you're like, oh wow, I totally didn't expect blank?
Well, it's one thing that I've always been really, really feel blessed by is just how well our team gets together and just how much fun we have. So even on the drives cross country, we're all exhausted, all kind of cranky, but we always end up you know how it goes, but we always end up, finding something fun or just laughing our butts off. And we just have a great team, and we're all great friends. So we just have fun doing it. We just have a lot of fun.
What's one of the most fun times you've had? So what stands out? If you could tell us, maybe you can't tell us. I don't know.
Well, always the best times are when you intercept. That's always, the best times. That's your goal. But people don't see the, hours and hours and hours we would put behind the scenes, at our warehouse, Reed's warehouse, working on the vehicles, just kicking around a soccer ball or throwing a football, working from morning till night, 5 days in a row, just to sit there and hand paint seals together so you don't leak water over the equipment. So, those were always my favorite times because, we just always had fun. We would always have football with us, always run into awesome people out on the road. It's just a fun time.
That's awesome.
Have you heard the mad scientist laugh from Reed?
Yeah, I sure have.
And the cough too. He's got as soon
First time
you
you
can
hear
tell when you can tell when he gets excited because But Sarah, I got a question. So you're in the meteorology program at OU. First of all, how many of your students know who you are? I'm sure there's probably a lot of them at this point. And how many of them chase? And then also, do you have an idea about once you graduate, are you going to continue storm chasing because you've developed kind of an unbelievable reputation in the storm chasing community, or do you want to try to go work National Weather Service? Do you do the private route? Or are you going to go storm chasing right out?
Yeah, so at school there are definitely quite a few people who know me, and then there's also, I could tell, quite a few people who then know me but don't say anything. But I'm always happy if people come up and say hi. But I'd say at OU probably about, I don't know, maybe half of the students chase. At least I think more students start chasing as they get farther along in their schooling. But yeah, it's kind of cool, being able to see people that you at school that you see out on the road, and it's like, oh, hey, great tornado, great chase. So that's really cool to do. But yeah, as for afterwards, I used to say I want to go in the NWS, and that's still a possibility. But as you said, I've seen so much and gotten so much field experience out on the road, and breaking news coverage experience and all that stuff. So it's kind of flexible at the moment what I want to do with my degree. It's kind of just, we'll see where I end up, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, as we've seen, the market is changing, right? On YouTube, and there's more people than ever watching on YouTube. We've got a ton of people watching on YouTube, and also with the breaking weather coverage, and also with the footage. Talk to us about, because in the past year, you and Jordan have also been chasing, and you've chased too on your own, and then you've also chased with Jordan, not necessarily you guys will still be with Team Dominator, but you've also been kind of chasing on your own as well. Describe to us that process, and also how, in terms of shooting video, and you guys, the footage you get is insane. So if someone is not good at that, or is just starting out, give us some advice about how to approach that.
Yeah, so it's actually funny how Jordan taught me how to film. He actually would take me around Norman to random places like parks and stuff, and have me practice hanging out the window and shooting. We would go to our local park, and he was teaching me how to manually focus while we were driving. So he gave me hands-on experience right away. But like I said, we just immediately went out and started chasing and capturing tornadoes. So I mean, you learn pretty quickly, make sure your camera's in focus. That's the best tip I can give to everybody. Make sure your camera's in focus when you're filming a tornado. But yeah, so Jordan and I, we're a great team. We forecast together and spend weeks and weeks and weeks on the road together in his RAV4, and have a really good partnership. Both film. He has the drone. He has all his, his GoPro. I have mine, and we have tried to just both capture the best video that we can together. So it's a lot of fun, especially, doing that with your significant other. It's awesome.
That's cool. Is the audio better, guys? Sorry, just need to know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's better.
So how is it that you're able to balance going to OU and doing school and spend all this time chasing? I mean, I remember when I was at OU, it's, some of that coursework can get really hard and can take a lot of your time. So how are you making time for it all?
So before I transferred to OU, I was doing a community college. So I was doing online classes while I was down here. And I actually used to just do all my homework on the road, all my calculus homework and stuff. So while we were on our way to a target, I'd be doing my homework. So it does take a lot of dedication and, to be able to make sure you get it all done. But it's a little more difficult now that I'm full time at OU to be able to chase as much as I want to. So unfortunately I do miss out, but anytime there's a weekend or a day, I feel I wouldn't miss anything in class. I don't tell my professors that, but I try and get out there as much as I can.
There's no professors watching right now. You can be candid. It's okay.
I didn't say that.
Whoa, roll it back, MJ, roll it back.
So, hey, I'm going to jump. I don't know if you were finished on that answer, Sierra, but I want to jump back to the camera thing because I think those are tips that a lot of people, and I'll include myself in that as well, that we're always looking for, hey, what's something new? What's whether it's a new equipment, whether it's a way to do it. You know, you've talked about a number of different kinds of cameras, GoPro, probably a DSLR.
Mm-hmm.
What have you found yourself drifting towards? Like, these are the ones I really like and I really am comfortable with. What kind of cameras are those? And I guess why have you become comfortable using them?
So the first, I don't know, I'd say year and a half, I had a really big, expensive Sony Z90 camera that I used to carry. It was really clunky. And then, you know, swapped out of that, started using a smaller camera. And eventually I tried doing my phone, but I had an older iPhone, and it would I had shot a few tornado videos blurry. So I started trying to take the approach of have as many cameras running as possible to try and catch as much as you can. And so I have my own GoPro that actually Jordan got me. So I always try and have that running. Jordan has his little, it's basically like a GoPro. It's DJI brand running. I always carry my Sony A7 with me. So if I'm not too geeked out and I have the attention span, I try and grab that and start shooting with that. So I've shot some tornadoes on that. But honestly, the past month, I've just been using my iPhone. I got a new phone 2 months ago, and I just shoot in 4K 60. And it's been able to hold focus really well. Quality's been awesome. Been able to edit it fine. So honestly, the best camera you can use is just whatever you have. Whatever you have, it will work.
I like that.
Apple wants to know though. You actually are endorsing the iPhone, yes?
Oh.
I mean, I would. No,
all right. Hey, Apple, if you're listening, check it out. Hey, Sierra, I got a question. So we saw that video. The footage you've been able to capture, the footage speaks for itself, right? But just give us your top 3 chases and the tornadoes that were associated with them.
I always have to. Okay, I'll give you 4. Spalding is always number 1 for me. You just can't beat that. That was just such an incredible day for all of us. But
and Spalding was the one where you guys directly intercepted the tornado in the Dominator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just can't beat that. I don't know how you beat that. But I'd say April 26th of last year, that outbreak up in Nebraska and Iowa, that was incredible. We saw probably 10 tornadoes that day. My favorite was that Lincoln, Nebraska tornado. It was across the road in front of us. And then also that massive wedge, Minden, Iowa. It's tearing apart that town right in front of us, a few hundred yards away. That was pretty crazy, because it was so close and so massive and violent that the ground was shaking. So you could actually feel the ground shaking while we were filming it. It's kind of scary a little bit. But
Sierra, who's that guy? Because I heard in the video, and you guys may have heard it, may not, but Sierra, you should go and retweet that because the video is pretty compelling. There was someone in the car saying we need to leave, get out, Jordan, Sierra, back up, we need to
Brady.
go.
That was Brady.
Yeah, that was you. What are you talking about?
Who was that, and why were they doing that?
Yeah, so that was the Nelk boys and Bob Menery. They had actually they're friends with Reed, and they asked us to come out to chase that day, and there wasn't enough room in the Dominator, so Jordan and I volunteered to drive their rental. It was a big SUV that they had rented, and so initially we had just had the camera crew with us, or the production people, and then got some tornadoes, and then Bob Menery humped in our car, and we got him the Lincoln, Nebraska tornado across the road in front of us. And then he was done. He wanted to go. So we dropped him off at a gas station. That was it. And then after that, we had some the production people in our car, plus a few of the star people from it. And when that wedge formed, and, it started off small, but then it immediately wedged out, they started getting really scared because that was their first tornado they had ever seen. And so I was sitting there filming it, watching the town get torn apart, and he was behind me with his arms tucked up, rocking, and he was making that noise. He's kind of crying and telling me he was having a heart attack. And I asked him, I said, "Are you having a heart attack, or are you just scared?" And I do understand. I mean, that was their first tornado they'd ever seen, but yeah, they're pretty freaked out.
And they appreciate you telling the story, right?
Oh yeah,
because I've been that
They
way
posted the
before.
And this is that tornado, guys, by the way, that Sierra was talking about. It was this one right here, and you could hear in the background just them absolutely screaming. I mean, that, Sierra, is pretty unbelievable. It's just destroying. I mean, is that like a house it was destroying right there? Or like,
yeah, there was a bunch of
farm?
houses and farm buildings. It went through town. We actually turned around and came back into town once it passed through to try and help with search and rescue. But we got evacuated really quickly because there was a massive gas leak. So I saw all the cops start running and they started yelling, "Get out." So we all just took off running and left. So, but yeah, it unfortunately did quite a bit of damage to that town.
Yeah. Wow. Was there, so that was 2. Was there any more?
Ooh, oh my gosh. Yuma, Colorado was very cool. That was that tornado, August 8th of 2023. Started off as a big, dust buster, massive dusty wedge. And then the dust cleared and there was just this perfect tube stovepipe in the middle of it. And it just kept taking on all these different shapes, and we would think it would go to lift and rope out and then it would plant again as another solid pipe. So that was a really fun tornado. That was just Jordan and I that day. Reed was up, I think, just north the road ahead of us. But that was just fun. We were just having a blast that day. We were, had the windows open when we were like putting our nose into it when it was a dusty wedge. So we just had dirt in every nook and cranny, and it was so much fun.
Well, I'll tell you what, hey, before we go to break, we want to share some new content that we're bringing to you on our YouTube channel. It's called Stormfront Freaks Education, and our content creator is our meteorologist, Serena. So, Serena, you maybe want to share a little bit about what that's all about?
Yeah, this has been a super fun venture to do, to put up just kind of mostly video shorts. Sometimes they're a little bit longer, but for the most part, they're just shorts, and it's like educational stuff. So we've been talking about what dew point is and why it matters, and actually getting into a little bit of the science behind some of the questions that you guys have. So 2 things I want to mention tonight. One, if you have requests or questions, PM me and we'll totally do this and cover the topics that you want to know about. And it can be anything. We could talk about how to read SQTs and photographs or God knows what you want. But the second thing is that the next video I'm going to be doing is talking about how and why clouds weigh less than air. And that's going to be cool because clouds are water drops. How can water drops weigh less than air? I'm about to blow your minds. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys.
So cool. So yeah, that's awesome. And she has had some amazing little shorts, great little educational pieces. Just go to youtube.com/Stormfront Freaks if you're not already on there watching us, and check that out. And those of you watching, do us a favor. If you like the show, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up like button while you're watching too. Helps us out and helps more people get educated from these shorts that Serena's going to be doing. But we're going to take a short break, and we're going to be right back with more from Sierra and take your super chat questions. So stay tuned.
In a world where tornadoes and hurricanes and blizzards run rampant, destroying everything in their path, one man and one team of freaks stands in their way, covering it all on one show.
We have a confirmed tornado
From afar and from up close. That man is Stormcat 5. That team is the Stormfront Freaks. And that show, this show, is Outbreak.
I'm back. We are back. And this is your Outbreak break-in forecast. First of all, I am just going to start things off with taking a look at the radar. And we're just going to take a look at this for 1 second, guys. And then we're going to go to tomorrow. We did have several severe storms, several isolated storms today Thursday, June 19th. We have had a couple of tornado warnings already. We even had a couple of tornadoes reported up in Canada by Connor Croft and Brendan Kopic. Let's go ahead and take a look at tomorrow because we have been in an unbelievably active, especially for June, a very active pattern. So this was the outlook for today. We're going to take a look at the outlook for tomorrow because we have this enhanced risk. That is a 3 out of 5 risk, and it is centered in the upper plains in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. MJ, that is your territory, my friend. Good luck tomorrow. Here is what we are expecting for tomorrow. We've got a 5% chance. Welcome, Sylvester, to the channel. We've got a 5% chance of seeing tornadoes centered in Fargo and Bismarck, all in North Dakota, but that even goes into Minnesota. So MJ, these things are going to be coming right at you, brother, as well. Here's the reason why we have this enhanced risk tomorrow. We've got this big area of red. That is a 30% chance to see significant wind, and that goes all the way through Duluth. So that is the reason. We've also got a 30% chance of seeing some big boy hail, and that is the reason why we have this enhanced risk tomorrow. Now, the big question is going to be, are storms going to form? And if we go back to the radar here, this is the future radar as depicted by the HRRR. It's going to be a close call, guys, because we're going to have really warm temperatures at 700 millibars that are going to create a very strong cap. So if you take a look at the HRRR tomorrow, look at this. This is 16Z, this is 17Z, so about 5, 6, 7 p.m. as we go in the afternoon. It is showing very little, but boom, after dark, we've got this big time area of storms that forms, and then once we go into the night, that slides off to the east. Now, this will be along kind of a warm front boundary. Now, there is a chance, guys, that we get storms that fire earlier in the day, but they got to break that cap. So it's all going to be dependent on if the storms break the cap or not. And if they do, guys, they are going to be big time. The Cape is there. Look at that massive plume of Cape of over 4,000 joules. That is your storm Gatorade, and that is off the charts. Your reflectivity or your updraft helicity, these storms, if they do form, will be rotating. There's plenty of twist in the atmosphere. You've also got a low-level jet here. Check this out. Although it's a little bit too far to the east, you do have a low-level jet that'll be cranking as well. So if storms do fire, if they do break that cap tomorrow, we could be in for a long day. If they don't, we still will likely see some storms up in Minnesota, but it could be a big time bust. Now let's take a look one more day just for funsies here. Let's take a look at Saturday. Whoa, looks like Saturday things are going to calm down. We still have a risk for some severe storms in here, but that is a marginal risk. That's a 1 out of 5 risk. And check it out. Folks in the center part of the country, in the central United States that will be getting storm after storm are finally going to get a break. But guys, the heat is going to stick around here as we go into the week. We are going to have an absolutely mega ridge, and this is just a little sneak peek here. This is a little bonus feature here. Let's take a look at the 500 millibar because a massive ridge is going to set up across the United States right in there, and that is going to make for a huge heat dome. We are going to see temperatures soar into the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s in some spots as that ridge of high pressure sets up. So get ready. Summer is here to stay. MJ, back to you.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right, welcome back to the show. We've got storm chaser Sierra Lindsey with us this evening. And Sierra, I want to start off here asking you a question about, I know it's important for you to be known as a storm chaser, right? And not a female storm chaser or to separate you. But at the same time, I think it's very important in a field or a hobby or an industry where historically, there hasn't been as many women, and especially in STEM. So you're doing all this studying now to be a meteorologist. And obviously at this point that it's growing. It really is. Far more women involved in that, which is about time. But I don't think it should be lost on the fact of what you're doing and the things that you've accomplished. But I guess tell us a little bit why, and it might be a generational thing, right? Like for me, it's like, oh my gosh, you're doing some amazing things, because especially women haven't been doing those things. But why is it important for you to not have that distinction necessarily and just be known as a storm chaser? Whoop, you're muted.
Oh God.
All right, we got it. Go ahead.
I'm back. Yeah, I a lot of times I prefer just to, let my work speak for itself. And I do love seeing more and more, women get into the chasing community and all that. And I love, being there to support them. And because I've received so much support from everybody in the community. So I love just trying to set a good example for people and trying to encourage people, you don't need to find, if you're a female chaser, just find good people. You don't need to find specifically women chasers to chase with or male chasers, just find good people. There's plenty of good people out there. And I just do good work and, do what makes you happy. And, I think it's important to, be encouraging through demonstrating, trying to lead by, showing that, I can do it just as well as anyone else can. But I also don't like to be the first thing that people want to focus on, when they see me out there.
So tell me what now in your classes at OU, what are you seeing in the general population of the students in the meteorology program? Because I think another area that we need to really expand and open up to is certainly a minority population as well, right? That we need to see more minorities in STEM and in the meteorology field. But I guess what have you seen yourself?
All my classes have been extremely diverse, and not just my meteorology classes, my calculus, my physics classes, it's actually a lot more diverse than I think most people would think. Sometimes in some of my classes, it's almost 50-50 with men and women. So it's not too different. I think there's a big push with my generation growing up to get more women in STEM. I remember they would come to us and talk in school all the time. So I think it definitely had a really positive effect. And it's awesome. It's awesome having, such a diverse classroom.
That's so cool to hear because when I was in a dynamics course more than 20 years ago at OU, we had 75 people. Let's go around the room. Guess how many females there were out of the 75? Phil, what do you think?
10.
Maz.
3.
Brady.
5.
Sierra.
I could see 15 maybe.
Maz was right. 3. I was 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so it's
crazy.
so cool to hear that it's 50-50 now. So that's in 20 years, over 20 years, we're not going to talk about that. In 20 years, it's
Sarah, what do you mean? You're still very young.
I'm so young. Oh my God, I know. Tell me about it. So no, that's so cool to hear. Warms my heart.
It's awesome, and everybody in my classes have been really awesome, and we're all just big weather geeks and stuff like that. So it's awesome to be able to you get through all the gen eds and all those difficult, gen ed classes that are boring. So once you actually get into the meteorology classes, everybody can just geek out together. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Sierra, I got a question for you. Or go ahead. Sorry, Mass.
Yeah. How much do you have left? What classes are you in this fall?
So I still have a little bit of time left because I have an associate's from another school and I'm done with all my gen eds, done with all the math, all of that stuff. But OU, and it's probably the same for a lot of other places, they only offer their meteorology classes at certain times of the year. So you can't load up on multiple at a time. You have to take it at certain times of the year. So I still have a little bit of ways left to go. So, but at least math and all the gen.
Will they let you do homework in the car when you're trying to get your numbers and you're jumping around like that? It's correct.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah, I would think, Sierra, your professors would be a little easy on you. Be like, hey, you know what? We get that she's not doing the homework, but guess what? She's out in weather, learning weather. Because I got news for you. I feel like the classroom is great, and I did my degree, etc., and I learned a ton. But being out on the field and seeing the storm, and just it sounds crazy, smelling the storm. That was something I heard from Reed of like smelling the storm, being in the environment, feeling the dew point, etc., gives you so much knowledge that you've never had. So talk to me, Sierra, about, because I feel like you're in a very unique position, right? There's a lot of storm chasers that are not meteorologists. I think probably the majority of storm chasers don't have a meteorology degree. At least I'd say maybe 50-50 or more. I don't know. But to talk about that, because that is a unique intersection. Talk about your meteorology degree, how it helps you in storm chasing, and how it helps you maybe give you an edge, and then also talk about where you see the field of storm chasing going. Do you think more meteorologists are going to get into it now that it's become pretty profitable?
Yeah. So funny thing with OU, you would think they would be like super, school would be super excited, like, oh, she goes out and sees storms, but actually they very much discourage it. So. That's something, if you go there, that they very much discourage for individuals to go out on their own and storm chase. But also they won't, they can't stop you or anything like that. So it's not actually something I talk about a ton around professors at school. There's a few that understand, but a lot of them will discourage it, likely for liability reasons. But as far as what edge my school gives me, I don't know how much of an edge it really gives me. I think, a lot of times what we're doing, we're specifically tornado forecasting or severe weather forecasting. And there's a lot of schools, like OU is not a huge forecasting school. There's a lot of schools that don't even focus on forecasting that much. They're more involved with the science behind it. So I feel like the best forecasters out there are the ones who just practice it all the time. And it doesn't matter if you have a degree or not, as long as you're practicing it and you're starting to, you see the outcomes of your forecast and you start to learn pattern recognition. I feel like that's one of the most important things. So you can go to school and get your degree, but if you don't practice your forecasting, you're gonna lose it, and you're gonna get out forecasted by probably a 20-year-old who learned how to do it on the internet. So I mean there's some incredible self-taught forecasters out there. So it's about who practices.
Yeah.
Okay, Sierra, I've got one more question for you, and that is, all right, so you've been Rookie of the Year, you've been inside a tornado. Where do you go? What do you hope? Like, I'm gonna hold a golf club in the air. What is it you want to experience?
Don't do that.
Unseriously, I want to throw a football into a tornado. I've talked about it forever. If you guys know the Ashby, Minnesota tornado, some of the video that came out, people were like 50 feet away from it. And I always say, man, I just want to chuck a football in it and see what happens. So unseriously, that's what I want to do. But more seriously, I just like to get close. Driving into them is awesome. It's fun. Honestly, they're not that pretty inside. It's just a lot of swirling dirt and stuff. So my favorite view is just like right up close to it. And you get to see all the crazy violent motion and everything. So my goal is just to keep trying to get closer and closer. And, Jordan and I were actually talking about this the other night. You start to get pretty high standards for what you want to see. And it's all about just getting as close as we can and trying to experience the most beautiful pipes that we can.
Well, I'll tell you what, here as we bring in our VIPs, we've got one of our members said, Sierra, how many times have you went onto the roof watching the storms coming into Norman? That's from Fuzzy.
A lot of the times we're in our vehicle, so we're trying to actually drive up to it if there's ever anything in Norman. But actually, when I was studying for my finals back in May, I was upstairs in the observation deck, and it was a day that was particularly favorable for like cold funnels. So I was actually up there watching. There's a few little supercells that were popping around us. And I was sitting up there watching them while I was studying for my finals. And Cameron Nixon came up to watch too. So we were both up there just watching them. So I've been up there a couple times to watch. But a lot of times I want to be in my car.
Wow. That was very smart of them, I think, to create that observation deck when they created the weather center like that. But,
it's awesome. You can sit up there and gaze all the way up
That's
to
not fair.
Guthrie from there.
Right. All right. So Dan Wallace, one of our friends of the show, VIPs, Agent Dan.
High five, Dan. High five.
You got a question for Sierra?
Yeah. So for the youngsters that may want to someday pursue something in meteorology or even storm chasing, what advice would you, give some of those folks that are looking to chase in the future?
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, there's so many great resources online if you want to start learning how to forecast. So many chasers and meteorologists have put out incredible videos about forecasting. There's so much resources online that you can use to start learning. And if you actually want to start going out there and seeing tornadoes yourself, I always recommend finding someone who knows what they're doing and is very experienced and going with them. And, making sure that they are not going to do anything that's too extreme out of your comfort range. If you're not comfortable getting close, you want to stay a few miles back, find someone who tends to do that. But yeah, don't just go out there by yourself and try and get close right away just because you saw other people try and do it. Try and find someone who knows what they're doing and who will keep you safe.
That's awesome. All right. And then Angela, what do you got for Sierra?
First of all, I met Sierra in 2023. We used to have storm chaser meetups down in Norman, and the amount of random questions she got asked and she answered with such grace was hilarious. But my question is, what was your biggest oh shit moment out chasing?
Jordan and I were just talking about this a few weeks ago, not long ago. It was May 6th of last year. It was a high risk here in Oklahoma. And we were watching this massive HP supercell move eastward towards us. And we got so hypnotized watching it that we didn't realize that our west-east road was a few miles up the road. And the only way to get to it was just to go north while this thing was moving in, coming at us from the west. And we actually got sideswiped by it when it was producing a tornado. So it went from light to dark instantly. There's cloud material forming 5 feet above our car. People are going off the road behind us, and we just had to lock in and focus on driving north through the core and getting out of it. So it was pretty freaky. We stayed really calm during it, but afterwards we're like, okay, we're never making that mistake again. So that was a little bit scary. We were fine. It wasn't too terrible, but it was scary.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, folks, that's the sound. It's time for our lightning round. And so this is our game show of flashy and brilliant questions that we always play with our guest. We always invite everybody to join along in the chat. So if you're in the chat and you think you know the answer, go ahead and jump in. But tonight, Sierra, we're playing a little game called Hockey History.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
So I guess tell you got a little history with hockey. Tell us quick what your hockey background is.
Well, I barely remember a time when I knew how to walk and didn't know how to skate, basically. I grew up in Michigan, and that's just our sport up there. My brother always played hockey. I always played hockey, so we just grew up on the rink.
That's usually how it starts and how it happens. But so here's what we do. I've got some questions for you tonight. This is just NHL hockey history questions. I'm going to ask a question, and I've got one or two answers. They're pretty easy. If you really know your NHL hockey, you're probably going to be able to guess before I even give you the two possible answers. But we always invite our freaks to jump in if you think you might know the answer. If Sierra looks like she's struggling a little bit.
Sir, you better lock in.
Of course, in the chat, we can go in the chat as well. So here we go. Let's go with which team won the first ever Stanley Cup in 1893? Was it the Montreal Canadiens or the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Can I answer, or do I have to wait?
No, you can go ahead and answer if you know what it is.
Ding.
My first thought was Toronto, so I'm going to go with that. I may be wrong.
Oh, it was Montreal.
Oh.
The Canadiens. The Canadiens.
It's been like 20 years since
You said it with confidence, which is the way to do it.
All right, I think they get easier from here.
Since they've won a cup, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know about it anymore.
So here we go. Next question. Who is the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer?
Wayne Gretzky.
No.
No? Wait. No, Gordie Howe. Wait, no?
It was either Wayne Gretzky or it was just beaten by Alex Ovechkin.
It just happened.
That's right.
He just reached 800 goals. Okay,
Just.
that happened like a month ago.
Yeah.
I'm thinking history.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Here we go.
You
That's
got the half answer because
it's modern day history now. He's writing history. All right, here we go.
Crazy.
They keep getting easier. Trust me. Trust me. All right, which city is home to the NHL team called the Golden Knights? Is it Las Vegas or Seattle?
I know this one.
Go
Let
ahead.
someone else say.
No, go ahead. It's you.
This is all you.
Vegas. And they almost won the
Las
Stanley Cup their first year as a team.
I know.
Do not tell me about that because we here in Ohio we've had the Blue Jackets and we haven't gotten to play. We're not talking about that. Move on.
All right. What is the name of the trophy awarded to the NHL's most valuable player during the regular season? Is it the Hart Trophy or the Vezina Trophy?
I thought it was a Conn Smythe.
Okay.
That's a tough one.
What freaks? What do you think? Hart Trophy?
Hart?
Vezina Trophy?
I don't know.
First one.
Hart sounds
Hart
more.
Trophy.
Yeah.
Hart Trophy.
Yeah,
I
Hart
thought it was a
sounds
Conn
better.
Smythe.
I don't know. Maybe it is. It's some of this stuff is Chat GPT, and I had to
Phil, do
correct
they give out like a
ChatGPT on
big
something
trophy for that? Like, is like a big one, or is it like?
I don't know what it looks
Okay.
like. It's not. All I know is it's not the Stanley Cup. That's about all I know. All right, which team won the most Stanley Cups in NHL history? The Boston Bruins or the Montreal Canadiens?
Oh, don't tell me.
Freaks, what do you
Is it
think?
Boston? I don't know. They were one of the original six.
Please don't let it be that.
I love the Bruins.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal Canadiens. All right.
I can't stand Boston.
In which country was the NHL founded? Canada or the United States?
That's a tough one.
I mean, the original six included Northern, like Canadian and American teams, so I don't know.
What do you think, freaks? What do you think? Canada or
Dan,
US?
what do you think?
How about I'll say this. Canada or Zimbabwe? Those are your two.
Oh, Dan, you got this one. Dan?
Bobsled team.
Yes.
Someone, please say Canada.
Canada.
Okay, thank you. Oh my God, why is this so hard?
Wait, it wasn't founded by the United States? That
Okay.
doesn't make any sense.
Which of these players is known as Sid the Kid? Is it Sidney Crosby or Steven Stamkos?
Crosby.
There you go. Good job. Good job. All right, what is the nickname of the NHL team in Detroit? The Red Wings or the Blue Jackets?
That's an easy one.
So give me an answer.
I'm from Detroit. It's the Wings.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, you
there
were
we go.
there.
That's good. All right, we got two
was
more.
over
You're
he-
on a
I
roll.
was over here. I used
You're
to
on a
live
roll.
there.
Oh, Grand
Which
Rapids?
animal is
Oh,
featured in the
Detroit.
logo of the NHL's Nashville team? Is it a bear or a saber-toothed cat?
Kitty.
All right, give you the kitty.
Cat.
Give you
Cat.
the kitty. All right, last one. You're on a roll now. Like Sierra's moving here. How many players from each team are typically on the ice during regular NHL play, excluding penalties? Is it 6 or 5?
Five players on the ice each team plus the goalie. So on the ice for both teams?
Ooh, that's a trick question.
How many players from
It'd be
each
12.
team?
That's a
No,
trick question.
6 or 5. So
Yeah, six.
team. 6? Very good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
That was a trick question, Phil.
She was on a roll.
Yes.
Why was it a
was
trick
a trick-
question? It's 6 or 5. Those are your answers.
Your mind first thinks 5, and because you don't think about the goalie.
I thought you were talking
Goalies, like
about both
goalie.
teams.
Yeah, goalies get no credit. Like
No.
you don't even think about them, right?
You don't. You just yelling. You just
Oh
yell
my
at 'em.
gosh, that's
Except
so
Bob
sad.
Ross,
All
too.
right, Sierra, you rocked it. Like you were on a roll there at the end. So thanks for playing along. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media, where they can find your videos and streaming and all that cool stuff.
I'm on Twitter, I always forget my username. It's like Sierra _ Lindsey 3 or something like that. I always have to ask people.
You're not really on Twitter then, are you?
I had to ask Aaron Rigsby on Brady's stream the other day what my name was. I'm on Facebook too, Storm Chaser Sierra Lindsey. I don't post on there a ton, but I have a YouTube channel. I have only posted one video, but I'm going to start editing things together and post on there. So I'll be on there as well. Brady's got it pulled up.
Hey, she's got more followers than me. So
cool. All right. Well, tell you what, if you're not watching us live on YouTube, come on over to youtube.com/Stormfront Freaks. Join us in the chat for your best viewing experience. But we're going to take a quick break. But don't leave because we're coming back with Weather Fools and some hilarious storm chasing video game clips. We call them Chasers Gone Wild. Stay tuned.
The Stormfront Freaks is now available on the Weather Store. Come shop our catalog of shirts, hats, and hoodies, all with our Stormfront Freaks logo and Outbreak logo. Plus, you'll find all your other favorite weather geek and storm chasing gear, footwear, and accessories. Visit the Weather Store at thewxstore.com, the exclusive supplier of the Stormfront Freaks.
Mesoscaleforecast.com brings us StormNet, a state-of-the-art deep learning model designed to revolutionize severe weather forecasting. The innovative tool is tailored to provide unparalleled real-time predictions of severe weather events, including probability of wind, hail, and tornadoes. And now they've added Hurricane Vision, a cutting-edge hurricane track and intensity prediction system that uses deep artificial intelligence to predict the track and future intensity of tropical cyclones. You've seen us use it on our Stormfront Freaks live outbreak coverage with meteorologist Stormcat 5. Now you can use it as well. Visit Mesoscaleforecast.com and access live data subscriptions. Plus, when you enter the code Stormfront, you'll receive a 10% discount for life. Yes, for life. Go to Mesoscaleforecast.com.
Hi, this is Gary England. It's Friday night in the big town, baby, all dressed up, no place to go, jump back, throw me down Loretta. Hey, be sure and listen in every week, right? Every week, the Stormfront Freaks Podcast, baby, it's the best in the world.
Let's take a drive under the moon. Let's take a drive under the somber sky. Let's take a drive under the moon.
All right, what's up, everybody? It is time for hashtag Weather Fools. This is one of the greatest segments that we have. I love seeing people and their shenanigans involving the weather. So who has Weather Fools tonight? We didn't do a count of this before. We got Phil, who's got some. Who else has brought Weather Fools tonight? Brady? Any Weather Fools?
And Phil.
People?
And
so there's Phil, and then we've got
I always forget
Phil.
to send mine in time, so...
And then we've got Phil. So, Phil, what you got for us, man?
All right, so the first one, this comes from Fuzzy. I call this Fear the Bat in Missouri. So this is Missouri, and of course it's the stupid people in Missouri that are wanting to park under the overpass, and look at the traffic they're leaving behind. That is absolutely effed up.
Bad.
That is
so what would you do to any one of those cars?
So once I said fear the bat. I said fear the bat because I would take my bat out, and I'm going to go to those cars right in the front, and I'm going to start beating on the hood because that's what everybody else behind them is experiencing because they can't get to safety because they want to protect their vehicle and park under the overpass and not get hit by hail. And half the time it's shit. Like it's nothing. It's not even bad hail.
Yeah, they're like peas and nickels. It's like, come on.
It's like, oh my God, I better get, it's just like, get the F moving. Down, just go. All right. So the next one is also from Fuzzy, and I just call this, I don't get it.
Oh. Whoa.
I don't get it. Like, did that car not see that tree that was down right in its lane?
I did see this one, and if it's the same one, the best part is after she gets out of the car.
Yeah.
She like just takes off. If this is the one I remember, where she's like, see ya.
What? She runs. But look at this. She's just like that tree is down already in her lane, and she just plows right into it.
Yeah.
going a good 20, 30 miles an hour probably.
That is
Insurance
people not
fraud.
paying attention.
Yeah. Like, she's on the phone. She gets out of the car and she's on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
She's already. You know what? That might be Sarah's point. She might be insurance fraud. She might be on the phone with her insurance company as she's getting into the accident.
I have seen insurance fraud be committed during a hurricane. People will purposefully park their car down by the water so it gets surged out. I've seen it happen.
That's bold. That's
Wow.
insane.
That's crazy.
Look at these idiots.
All right. I
more
call
than
this
that.
one, I'm speechless at this point.
They're hiding under the
Like, look at the white pickup truck is even blocking the oncoming traffic from getting out from under the overpass. Like, are you serious? And it's like pea-sized hail, Sierra, like you said. It's like little tiny hail.
You won't start getting damage till your
overpass.
That is so ridiculous.
You need, like quarter size or greater is where you start getting the damage. It's like
Phil, I can't remember. I have seen so many clips this year of people camping underneath overpasses. It's like it goes viral, and now people, like everyone, that's just their instinct now, like more than ever.
Well, you know why? Because when they post these videos, there's never any like consequence to it, and people see it like, oh, that's a really good idea. There's nothing showing people like, hey, you're not letting emergency crews through. You're backing up traffic. Like, there's never an example where this is posted and you see like the consequence of the action. So, Phil, we got to change that, man, with the bat.
All right, bat's coming out. All right, I call this one. I'd do it. So there's all this chaser convergence, but some guy's taking his family in a golf cart or a gator or something.
Person. When was this? I saw them.
It was probably a few weeks ago. It was 4 weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure I saw them driving by. I may have been in that line.
I may have been in that car.
Kids in the back.
Yeah,
no
kids in the
seat
back.
belts.
Like what's going on here? But you know what? Heck, I'd probably do it. So
I think that was on the Oklahoma day where there was all of those chasers out.
Which could be because these next two are from that. So this other one I call Chaser Convergence is alive and well. Look at that. Like everybody's just dead stop. It's one big freaking line.
That's insane.
Of chasers.
Our biggest problem is not so much the lines, it's the people parking in the middle of the road or just standing in the middle of the road looking up. And they just don't even realize they're on the road.
Wow.
All right. And then the last one, this is same storm, different perspective. So basically same storm, massive line of chasers, people trying to get off the road, which kudos to those of you that actually got off the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what you need to do is just get off the road.
Please don't put a tripod in the street.
Nope. Keep the tripods in the field. Off. Should not be inside the white lines, please.
And Sierra, you were here for that day. Did you see scenes like that everywhere?
Was that?
I think that was Oklahoma.
There were a few big Oklahoma days a few weeks ago, and we did see some of the crazy lines, and we actually ended up taking back roads to avoid them because we just won't wait in line to see a tornado. We just can't do it. But yeah, you'll see some crazy stuff, especially if you look back and you see a hill.
Wow.
It's just Christmas lights going up the hill.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's like Disney. You need a fast pass.
Yeah.
You do. That's what Oklahoma was trying to do here with the bill.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's kind of like that. The thing that I think is crazy too, when we saw some crazy chaser convergence on some of our past trips, people not only will they stop in the road, but then they the doors fly open and they get out of the car, and it's I'm sorry, you're on the road, and other cars are zooming by. I was really shocked at some of the lack of self-awareness other people had to not only be stopped in the road, but then opening doors and hopping out of the car in the middle of the road with cars flying by both ways.
Hey, thanks to some guy named Storm Chaser Jordan Hall.
Who's that?
For the super chat saying the freaks are cooking today. So thank you, Jordan Hall, I guess is his name. So thank you for that.
Hal?
I think it was Hal.
Jordan Hal.
I think that is, yeah. That's right.
That sounds right.
Sounds right, yeah.
All right. So that's all I got, Serena.
That's awesome. Very cool. All right, well, freaks, if you want to see these videos, they're amazing. Check out the show notes for episode 238 on stormfrontfreaks.com.
Chasers Gone Wild. Welcome, everyone. We got a segment coming your way that you're going to like. We're looking out everywhere. It could be on the dark web. We're trying to find chasers that are doing something crazy. Phil is looking on the dark web. We are trying to find clips. Could be in a game, could be elsewhere, of some storm chases that went array. Phil, who do we got for the Chasers Gone Wild
Brady,
today?
I'll tell you what, Brady. Just because it's a segment that we have doesn't mean I'm finding all this stuff on the dark web. I just need to reiterate. Like, I'm not on the dark web finding all this stuff. Like some of this stuff is just from video games that everybody can play. It's not some dark web video game.
We don't know.
Just so you know. All right, so these are some video game clips. People playing some chaser video games and doing just some. Like nuts. Like if this were happening in the real world, it would be very questionable. So the first one we're playing here is it's called Gary's Mod. I don't know what game this is from, but he's going right towards the tornado.
He thinks he's Sierra Lindsey.
And he's taking the edge. He's taking the edge, but he gets lifted up. And he's about to come down. Oh, he's down. Wait, he's back up, and then he falls out. Watch him fall out of the truck. Oh. That's a death.
You're giving Lindsay some PTSD here. So.
Like, that's a death scene.
I'm shaking.
Whatever that one is. All right, next one I've got. This guy gets lifted right before he enters the vehicle. This is from Outbreak. He goes to he's getting hit by hail. Watch him go. He's about, whoa!
I started getting lifted up and then got in the vehicle. No way, dude. I started flying and I was just banging F to get in the car.
Happens all the time.
So he's about to get to his car. He's like, tornado's taking him, and all of a sudden he pushed what, K or F? Whatever F that gets into the car. He got in just in time. So.
Oh my God.
So lucky duck on that one. All right, this one's good. Definitely got to listen to the audio on this. Someone's got to calm down his passenger, and that's all I'm gonna say. You got to listen.
No, you fucking keep driving. Oh boy, Sam, we're losing traction. Hit reverse. Sam. Oh shit. It's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. I think we're okay.
I think we're okay.
That's really realistic.
You are dead.
So
Not
those
that bad, okay?
Those of you listening, they were getting taken, like the tornado was lifting him up, and the guy was saying to his passenger, like girlfriend or whatever, it's not that bad. It's going to be okay. And they're like flying in the air.
I've heard that before.
You've probably said that before.
Oh, yeah.
To many people. Okay. All right, the last one I've got. This is a tour van. This is from the video game Outbreak as well, and it's a tour van that starts kind of getting taken by the storm, and there's a guy that's watching him. And but he takes. I'll play it here.
I might die here.
No, you're fine. It's heavy enough. It's heavy enough. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
No. There goes the tour van. But watch.
I love them. Tell them I love them.
Tell my family I love them. But watch him take a picture.
Are you good? Dude.
He doesn't know if they're good. He doesn't know if they're dead. He's not sure. But wait, there's a tornado here, so let me get a picture first.
You got to get the shot. So
I've heard so many real life chasers say, if I get picked up, just make sure you get a cool picture.
Wow. So it's funny because I don't know if you heard the people in the tour van.
I might die here.
No,
Listen.
you're fine.
I
It's
might
heavy
die
enough.
here.
It's heavy enough. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Coyote! Coyote!
No, food! Tell my family I love them!
I like the guy too. He's like, "You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good," and they were not.
Tell my family I love them.
It's heavy enough. It's heavy.
All right. So hey, if you guys are playing Outbreak, or you see people playing Outbreak or any other storm chasing game, and you see some just crazy activity, feel free to share that with us. Just tag Stormfront Freaks, so we'll add it to our next clip.
Absolutely.
Send me a postcard, drop me a line.
You've got mail, baby. Yeah.
We got some mail. So Freak Fan Box. Let's first off, we're going to cover Alina Cooper, and she's talking about our Josh Morganman episode. She said this was by far my favorite episode of the Stormfront Freaks. Hearing Josh's stories and advice is just what I needed for the beginning of hurricane season. Can't wait to see what this year brings. So, Elena, thank you. That says a lot because I know she watches a lot of our shows. So for her to say that, it's pretty cool. And then the other one I've got is from, listen to this, Hurricane Chaser Chase. So Chase is a hurricane chaser.
Chase is a chaser.
Which makes sense. But he's, again, talking about the Josh Morganman episode. Says something I'm, of course, nervous about when I start chasing internationally. As Josh was talking about, just kind of keeping it on the down low, don't be flashy, don't be showing money, don't be showing, especially at night. Help out during the day if you're, in the area and you have to still be there, but just don't draw attention to yourself. But he says, great advice from iCyclone. If you haven't already, check out the Stormfront Freaks podcast with him. And again, that was episode 237. So awesome. We might read your comments on the next show. Just add us on your Twitter or X post, or you can just comment in Apple Podcasts. Or, Maz, do it the old-fashioned way. Send us an email. Send me an email at questions@stormfrontfreaks.com. Good old email.
Back in my day.
Yeah. Maz, can you believe we're saying that nowadays, right? It's like the old-fashioned way is email. There's no stamps anymore, right? So, folks, I think that just about does it for this episode of Stormfront Freaks Podcast. Thanks for tuning in and watching or listening, however it is you take our content. The one thing I want to quick do before we kind of close things out, many of you are probably familiar with the fact that we lost a legend in the industry last week. Meteorologist Gary England, who was a TV meteorologist in the Oklahoma City area. He was definitely a legend, and unfortunately we lost him. He had been a guest on the show 3 different times, especially over our 200th episode. But we did a little tribute to him, and if you guys don't mind, we'll quick play that tribute.
Oh, it's Friday night in the big town, baby. Jump back, throw me down, all dressed up and no place to go. All right, check in with the Stormfront Freaks and listen to their podcast because they're really good.
The news about Gary England hits hard.
But he was gracious enough to come on the show, and we had a great time with him. And he came back for a second show, and then we celebrated our 100th episode in Oklahoma City.
The models look like something might happen, like thunderstorms, a few tornadoes. And in that morning, 8 o'clock or so.
And he's that kind of guy. He was always willing and able to help out. I remember he came, we did the show at a brewery in Oklahoma City at Vanessa House, and he got like an Uber. So the question for you, Gary, are you familiar, and I'm sure you are, but are you familiar that there is a Gary England drinking game?
Oh, yeah.
He's been on our show quite a few times, and the one thing that always stuck out to me was that he said he hated severe weather, and that was mainly because it was hard and people were getting hurt. And that really stuck with me because I have a feeling in his lifetime he saved lives. And that is one of my hopes, is that somebody listens to us and they save lives, and I think Gary did it.
If it's a bad tornado like the more tornadoes we've had, some of the other ones, and people's lives are saved, they're thankful for about 2 days.
And then on our 100th episode, we got the opportunity to actually not just meet him, but he was hanging out with us, and it was really kind of a dream come true. And just because he's such a legend, has so much experience with great personality, an awesome meteorologist.
But the viewer feedback a lot of time was, you're interrupting Jeopardy. Get the hell off there.
Gary England will be greatly missed by many because he helped save so many lives, provide so much useful information, kept people safe, and he did it for decades.
The pilot told me later, he said he probably had about another 5 seconds or they would have gone down, but he was able to get out of it. And then they got caught in the hail and all that, and they had to land on the interstate.
There's a very real reason as to why he was in Twister and why he was like the news guy.
So my heart goes out to him and his family.
Gary England, legend in the industry, legend in TV meteorology. He will be sorely missed.
We'll miss you, Gary. Catch you on the flip side.
We'll miss you, Gary, and thank you so much for everything you've done for our industry.
Gary England was an incredible meteorologist and went above and beyond for public safety and for the safety of the people of Oklahoma, and he's going to absolutely be missed.
Stormfront Freaks. Hey.
Bye, Gary.
Gary. Oh, that was impressive. I just caught that. Everyone on the camera. I just caught the mic. No, I caught it. Everybody, Gary England. Yes,
So I can shut this off, right?
Yeah, you can go.
Big hoss, babe. Big hoss.
Oh, so well done. That was great, Phil.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was he was really good. I was doing a podcast interview last week as well, and he briefly came up, and it was interesting. And Maz and Brady, you'd probably remember this at the 100th episode. We had Gary and Rick Smith were our two guests at the 100th episode because we were live in Oklahoma City. We just didn't know you then yet, Sierra. So that's why you weren't there. But
wait, she would be 4 years old then, right?
Probably. So we had them together, and it was interesting. If you go back and you watch or you listen to our 100th episode podcast, it was interesting, which I didn't realize this when I brought them together. But Rick from the National Weather Service in Norman, and Gary from Channel 9 in Oklahoma City. There was definitely it was a little oil and water a little bit, and Gary was retired at that point, so they kind of joked about some things, but you could tell they maybe didn't like Gary and the National Weather Service maybe weren't always seeing eye to eye on things. But he's truly a legend, and we had a great time having him on, and we'll definitely miss him. Do us all a favor, everybody watching. If you like our show, smash that follow and subscribe button. Brady, anything else you want to say about that?
No,
smash.
Smash it. I mean, I'm kind of moved by that tribute, Phil. It was awesome. So smash it.
Nicely done.
Smash it. Definitely thanks to our guest tonight, Sierra. You were outstanding. Sierra Lindsey, thank you. You were great. And Freaks, let's find out how people can also follow you and find your content. Brady, I'll start with you first.
Yes, you can find me at Stormcat5 on Twitter, X, which is the same thing, TikTok, Insta, and I just did create a Facebook. So I don't really know how to use Faceback, but I'm trying. We're getting, I might need to have some people help me out. So
some old
Maz,
people,
MJ, and I will help you out.
Some experienced and wise people.
All right, Serena.
Sure. Everything I'm at is at WX Serena, WXCYRENA. I've got 2 children's books, the weather story, the hurricane story, the tornado story is coming out this summer, y'all. It's going to be a good one. I'm super excited about that. So yeah, check it out.
And Serena was just interviewed on Fox Weather. And she also just made an announcement recently. She's going to be doing a TED Talk. When is that? What's going on?
That's
insane.
Yeah, so I'm doing a TEDx talk. It's going to be on October 22nd in Manchester, New Hampshire. Super excited about it. It's, believe it or not, a lot of the story is going to be about kind of my journey through meteorology school, like through my times at OU and other places like that, and some of the life lessons I learned there and how they apply today. So I'm really psyched about it.
That's cool.
So Serena's totally cool. Like, and here's how cool she is. So There's another. Was it? I'm going to tell the story of the Discovery Channel, or what was the channel that interviewed a couple like early in the year, January, February. What channel?
Yeah, I
was
was
that?
doing some work with the History Channel.
History Channel. So History Channel reached out to Serena to maybe be a part of a little series they're doing. And she must have thrown my name in there just out of pure sorrow for me or something. But they reached out to me as well. And so they kind of set up an interview. So I was like talking to Serena. And so they're setting up like virtual interviews with us. And so I did the virtual interview and all that stuff. And then like a month later, like I hear back from Serena, like, oh, yeah, they're flying me in, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, crickets. Like I didn't... Nothing. Like nothing.
Oh, Phil.
Like absolutely. I'm okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna. You know what?
I drink
I'm gonna
my sorrows away
demand-
every night. It's all right.
I'm gonna demand you come with me next
No,
time. It's gonna
don't
be
do
a
that,
part
please.
of my
Please
agreement.
don't do that. It was interesting though. But that's how cool Serena is. I just want to
she's
share that.
crushing.
Maz, where can people follow you? We kind of know where you live now because you were on Outbreak last night.
I doxed
I'm sorry,
myself by
Maz.
accident.
No one dox him. No one dox him. Please.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I spent all day with a chainsaw this morning cutting that tree. Anyway, you can find me on X. Well, if you can find me on X, I'm at MoneyStorm, the number 4, the letter U, MoneyStorm for you.
Awesome. Agent Dan Wallace, where can people follow you and find your videos and all that cool stuff?
I post videos on YouTube, Dan Wallace WX, and I'm on Instagram and Twitter. I'll have that information on YouTube as well. Thank you.
Awesome. And Angela, I'll finish with you.
I am XJAngel89 on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. I'm sorry. And I'm What the Girl on TikTok and Instagram.
Cool. And she's going to be opening up a kennel and shelter sometime real soon in her truck cab.
Nice.
And a zoo as well with
And a
monkeys
zoo.
and chickens and who knows
all
who
that
else.
all that fun cool stuff. So all right, so what everybody's wanting to know about is our next episode. What's happening in our next episode? We're going to try it again. If you've heard the pounding, the bam 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 on your social media feed, then you know our next guest, trying again, will be Local Man Weather with his 70s leisure suit from Team Dominator. We've got him scheduled to come back, be with us live on Thursday, July 26th, which is next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, right here on YouTube. So get that on your calendar, or you can catch the audio podcast uploaded over the 4th of July holiday. So for those of you watching, stick around for our after show party. And for Sierra, Dan, Brady, Serena, Maz, Angela, and MJ, I'm going to signal the all clear. We'll catch you guys next time. Good night.
Bye.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Stormfront Freaks Podcast. Our bi-weekly show is available on your favorite audio podcast player and on YouTube, along with other videos from the Stormfront Freaks Network, including forecasts and live storm coverage from Stormcat 5 and weather education from WX Serena. Find them at youtube.com/stormfrontfreaks. You can support the Freaks at YouTube by subscribing and becoming a member to take advantage of member-only benefits. For show notes, past shows, videos, merchandise, and more, visit our website at stormfrontfreaks.com. If you would like to contact us with questions or make comments about the show, shoot us an email to questions@stormfrontfreaks.com or follow us on social media. Search for Stormfront Freaks. We'd love to hear from you. Join us next time and tell a friend about the Stormfront Freaks podcast.
Sierra, outstanding job. Outstanding
Yes.
job.
Thank you.
Kudos.
Awesome.
Kudos.
That was fun.
That was
You
fun.
need another award.
Now, I didn't ask. I wish I would have asked you about the brown recluses, Sierra, but she has they have an infestation of brown recluses in your apartment, And did you just kill one today?
Don't.
It's not just like here. It's basically like all of the OKC metro, as far as I've heard, because we've had so much rain the past couple months that apparently they're like retreating into houses because their like habitats are getting washed out. So yeah, I put down like 1 trillion sticky traps in my apartment, and there was not one on my sticky trap last night, but there was like an hour ago. So
what?
Caught one.
Sounds like you need to get chickens.
I know. People have said that before, or like wolf spiders. I've heard people say wolf spiders help, but I don't want those either.
More spiders kill more spiders?
Yeah.
Just like
I mean,
snakes
I'd rather
kill
have a
snakes.
wolf spider than a brown recluse,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Guys, look, this is a clip. I'm pulling up. Just make mine go full.
Oh,
this
don't
is
do-
Jordan's.
don't do the- oh, I hate
Don't watch
those.
if you have arachnophobia.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah, that I've never seen.
Oh,
so we were walking down the stairs to go leave somewhere at night, and it was so big I saw it on my periphery, and I've never seen one out in the open outside like that. So I mean, it's bad.
How did you not kill it?
I couldn't reach it. It was like 7 feet up. You could have gotten it, but I couldn't reach it.
Go get hornet spray with like the 10-foot reach on it.
Just a big boom. The ones here, I'm surprised I haven't put a hole in my drywall, because like if I see them on the wall, I get like a flip flop, and I just punch the wall as hard as I can.
Oh,
This is what I don't even know how to enlarge this. This is what your town's gonna look like. It's gonna be completely covered in webs. Like it's just covered.
Oh.
Yeah, don't watch
There's
Arachnophobia.
Kingdom of the Spiders. That's what this was from, and it just covered the town.
The next movie should be Spider-Nado, and it features Oklahoma and the brown recluse epidemic.
I'm still waiting for Oklahoma to get a Tiger Nado movie.
That's a problem.
I could have used Pico's Hank today. I had a 5-6 foot black rat snake coming towards my house. I was like, what the heck is this?
Wow.
I know. I couldn't believe it either.
And Maz, that was after you lost. If he literally watch.
Boom. Yeah. That was last night.
Well, you know that tornado that hit McAllister like 2 weeks ago? That hit my house too, which was funny because it had literally just got hit, like 2 weeks before that too.
We had
okay at your place, Angela?
I mean, I don't know what the deal is. I'm at work, and it's just like storm after storm hits like my house. I need to check my game camera and see if I actually got anything.
Oh man,
it's crazy. Because we had the EF3 that hit Blanco, and like that was really close to my house, and then the EF1 that hit McAllister, and that one went right by my house.
Well, in Sierra, haven't you had almost like 2 or 3 tornadoes hit literally your apartment?
Yeah, so we had one like a week ago. It went just to the west of here. And then there was one like a week or two before that went just to the north. And then we got hit back in November by just a really weak one. And then almost got hit by like I think it was like a high-end EF2 back in 2023. So yeah, it's just what happens when you live here.
Wow.
I know, but I lived in Oklahoma my whole entire life, and like I moved to Southeast Oklahoma, and then it's like bam, bam, and like I've never experienced this in my life.
That's
Phil and Maz, we get that in Ohio, right? All the time.
What's that?
We can.
So much.
Tornadoes. They just like always
can.
hit us
At night, and for about 3 seconds in the QLCS that passes over at 55 miles an hour. Yeah, they happen.
Oh man. It was shocking. Serena, I'm curious, did you get anything today?
Yeah, what was today like for you?
Yeah, I was waiting. We've got there's a line still to the west, but I think it's gonna move into some pretty crappy air, and so I think it's gonna lose some steam pretty quickly. I was really hoping for it. We had good shows to the north.
We can't hear you, son.
Oh man, what the hell?
There we go.
Point it towards, like you got to point it up.
Get it like right.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like that.
Get all up in it.
But you get all up in that thing.
I've never had an issue with this mic before. I don't know what's going on. It's always been really good. Yeah, so we had a couple storms. There's some storms to the north, storms to the south, but right where I am, was reading through and it just nothing really popped. So it seemed like there wasn't too much I thought that the cap would break a little bit, but I don't think it did. I think the cap just ended up being a little bit stronger than what we anticipated for right where I am in southwestern New Hampshire. But there were storms to the north and storms to the south, so without today.
Yeah,
Do we owe
I'm
you
looking
$10
right now.
for that forecast.
Huh?
Do we owe you $10 for that forecast?
Serena, you remember Monty Pyler?
Oh yeah, exactly. When you did it, I was like, "Oh God, Brady, stop talking." You're gonna.
I tell him that all the time.
Like, please no. Yeah, now there's some stuff to the west, and to the north of me. So yeah, that's northwest of me. So, oh well, it's only June, so our storm season's just getting started up here in New England. I got lots of time still.
All right, well, everybody, say goodbye to our team in the chat.
Goodbye, team. In the chat.
We'll see you, chat. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Come back next week. We'll have you next week.
Next week?
Yeah, that's right, because then the week after is the 4th.
Not
'Cause
July.
otherwise it's the 4th.
June 26th.
Oh, did I say July?
Yeah, you said July. That's right.
Oh, fudge, really?
That's all right.
Well, okay, everybody, it's June. June 26th. Too late for that. Can't shove that shit back in the